Let's go. Good, fired up. Today is the day, Super Bowl 59. And before the game, I have a few things I want to get into. When I look at these matchups, the actual matchup for me is not Jalen Carter against the Chiefs' offensive line. It's actually Nolan Smith, because when you see what he brings, you know, the way he kind of manipulates the guards and everything, he could be the X factor. I'm looking at these matchups and I'm circling not just one, but a few of these matchups. I think obviously so much of the conversation is around Saquon Barkley and the importance of the run game for this offense for Philadelphia. And I get it. Why wouldn't it be with the year he's had? He's been sensational all year. But I think you have to kind of take a step back and say, what allows them to have the ability to run the ball so much, to be this run heavy, run first team? It's the offensive line. It's Saquon. There's a lot of things, right? So listen, this is what we're talking about, right? The defense, to me, will become part of the story of the game, as it has been for much of the year when talking about Philadelphia. And then Jalen Hurts, no matter how you felt about him, he accomplished certain things and got it done. He got it done when it mattered the most. Like, you look back at the NFC Championship game. I keep going back to that game because he was just legendary in that game. He shows up big time when the Eagles needed him the most. And so you don't want to take away what he's meant to this team and the offense. I know a lot of what Jalen does never seems to matter because, again, he has a strong supporting cast around him. The offensive line is strong. You have the best running back in the NFL in the backfield. So many things are working out in your favor because of the pieces you have around you, which makes life a lot easier. And this is all just on the offensive side of the ball. But before you get to how good they are on the offensive side of the ball, you have to say, if the defense gets a couple of turnovers and play as physical as they have, it can be a tough day for the Kansas City Chiefs. If the job Vic Fangio has done, turning the defense around from being at the bottom to being a top-ranked defense, they're arguably the number one defense in the league. When you look at all that, to me, on paper, the Philadelphia Eagles are a better team than the Chiefs. Look, I'm not saying they should be favored when you're up against a challenge facing Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. They're a great team. And listen, not everybody knows I was hard on Nick Sirianni, that I ripped him to pieces. Not saying he's a bad coach or anything, but he's not Andy Reid. Jalen Hurts, very unappreciated, and he gets criticized for everything, it seems. The criticism he gets is always the harshest. I don't understand the urge to knock the guy down when he delivered on the level he did in the NFC Championship game. He did his thing in the NFC Championship game. It's what you can do in big moments, and he showed up. It's as if they're waiting for the smallest mistakes to call him out. This isn't a knock on Sirianni or Jalen Hurts, but when I look at the Eagles, they're better everywhere besides quarterback and head coach. Their O-line is amazing. Their D-line holds up. For the Eagles, it's about communicating in the trenches. One of the biggest advantages the Eagles have in this game is in the trenches. A big reason why the Eagles are elite, it starts up front. And when you can win in the trenches, you will win a lot of football games. So I think it comes down to being able to control the line of scrimmage. They're committed to the run. Obviously, we've seen that all year. I think the best player on Sunday, in order for the Eagles to have any success, is Saquon. If the Chiefs stop Saquon, then where do the Eagles go from there? Jalen Hurts will then have to pretty much have a big day like he did in the NFC Championship game. So I think the most important thing for this Eagles offense is first and second down. Can you convert on first and second downs? If you can get 5 or 6 yards, chunk plays, and not third and 4, then things are going well. I would say things are going really well for you. If it's third or 6, the Chiefs are blitzing nonstop. Okay, I can tell you that right now. Spags is going to bring it on Jalen Hurts. And if Jalen Hurts turns it over under pressure, then it's pretty much a done deal for Philly, because one thing you don't do is give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. The health of Cam Jurgens and Landon Dickerson, 2 of their offensive linemen, plays a huge role as well. The biggest strength of that Eagles offense is what? What is it? The offensive line, Saquon Barkley, and then the tush push, right? And if you have third and 4 or third and second, think about this. You have 2 opportunities to extend the drive and move the chains. If you're the Chiefs, you got to find a way to keep the ball out of Saquon's hands. The decision, the action, and the play that will decide the game is how sharp Jalen is. But I think being able to sustain drives plays an enormous role on being able to beat the Chiefs on Sunday. Everything about Philly's play style is subject to change. If they have to play in a shootout, they can. If they have to play in a low-scoring game, they can. They're explosive in both aspects of the offense, both run and pass, and that's what most teams aren't capable of. You know, they can beat you, like I always say, they can beat you in a variety of ways, and they can, punch you in the mouth. That's what they've done all year. There's this whole conversation about the value of the run game. You have Saquon Barkley, who can take it 65 yards on any given play. There's nobody in this world that can do what Saquon is doing right now. Through the air or on the ground, the Eagles are capable of winning in any way fashionable. And so I think if the Eagles can slow down Patrick Mahomes by forcing turnovers, this game probably plays out differently. You can certainly say the Eagles are here because of the way they've taken away the football. 10 takeaways this postseason, that's remarkable. 7 different Eagles have a takeaway. Zach Bond has been amazing throughout these playoffs. It's not just him. You look at the entire defense. It's the entire team. This roster is literally composed of studs in the secondary, ferocious beasts up front who can disrupt the quarterback and get after it. They're coached up to make plays. And it's not just one guy. It's a total team effort. It isn't just one way. They can beat you so many ways. There's more than one way to win football games. And they figure out a way to be disruptive on all 3 levels. They can bring both Burks and Bond to single up Nolan Smith Jr. on the outside, which allows him to get to the quarterback. And that's the type of speed that you see from Nolan Smith and the type of power that gets to the quarterback, right? That makes it very difficult for the quarterback to escape the pocket or elude pressure. I think the way we talk about this defense speaks volumes. I think it's remarkable that turnovers have sort of led the way for this team throughout the playoffs. But when you look at the Chiefs, they only have one giveaway in the last 9 games. This is a story about Patrick Mahomes taking care of the football. So they rarely make mistakes against a team that likes to play a game of takeaway. I can't wait to see how it all plays out on Sunday. I picked Kansas City to win because of experience, obviously, and we have talked so much about number 15 that he just finds a way. So I think tonight we'll witness history, but I think it'll be a close game. Start slow and pick up in the second half. I think it's going to be a slow first half, not much scoring in the first half. One thing you don't do is count out Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs, even if the Eagles are the better team. I'm not making the mistake picking against Mahomes in a big game again. I'm not doing it. This season, the Chiefs were, for long stretches, a defense first team. The two very different models of consistency will go at it on Sunday, that being the Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles. And although I think the Eagles defense is well designed to keep Kansas City's passing game grounded, I still give the game to the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, everyone, it's been real. I'm here at the Convention Center again. I'm on Media Row. As you can see, there's been a lot of changes here. A lot of the radio shows have packed up and left. A lot of people have left New Orleans. Today's the game, obviously. But I'm here still doing content, still chatting with you guys about sports. And as always, it's a pleasure to, have you guys on and to know that you guys are watching and supporting the channel. Thank you guys so much. And if you guys want to keep up with the content, do me a huge favor, subscribe to the channel. That would be great. If you guys can hit the subscribe button for me, that'll be awesome. I really appreciate the love and support from you guys. Without you guys, none of this is possible. And guys, hit that subscribe button. Also, follow me on Instagram, SportsJudge85. You can find your boy there too. But I'll be talking with you guys throughout the day. I got more content coming up before the big game today. Guys, take care. I'll see you guys next time.